Hello guys, welcome to our first episode. In this video, we are going to look at the human story. To be precise, we are going to look at how our life is guided by the stories we tell and how the stories we tell shape the world and everything in it. Once, when I was a kid, I never had the opportunity to sit with my grandparents and hear them talk about those once upon a time stories. The thing which I had at my disposal was a few storybooks borrowed from friends and some old magazines which I could buy from some kiosk or some small shop in my village. But I thought stories were a very powerful thing. During the holidays, I could during the holidays, most most of the kids who were my age traveled to their villages, or with that I mean they traveled to their grandparents' houses and stay over the holidays. But with me, I never had that opportunity. And when they came back, I could listen to them in envy, trying to tell the stories which they were told by their grandparents. At least with my imaginative mind, I could try and figure out, or I could try to imagine the scenarios of those stories. One which stands out in particular is a story in which my friend used to tell me. He said when the sun went down, they usually sat around his grandfather with a fire burning at the center. The fire kept roaring, at least, and his grandfather would look at the darkness when the young night had no moon, and the grandfather would look at the darkness for some time, and at the end he could come up with something. The first thing he could ask before telling his story, he would always pose a question, and he would ask, where did the darkness come from? And because my friends were very young, or because my friend was very young, he could never tell where the darkness came from, and he could wait for his grandfather to tell his story. And his grandfather will clear his throat just like most of the old men do whenever they want to tell, or when they are trying to prepare their audience for something to come. And at last, the tongue of my friend's grandfather will start rolling and telling his story. And it will be a nice evening, and my friend would go to his bed, sleeping with dreams of the story which he was told, and he would wait for another day to have another story. I found those stories which he told me very thoughtful and powerful, and I couldn't imagine a kid of my age missing out an opportunity to listen to a great story from an old man or from an old woman. But there was no problem with that. I accepted how circumstances had brought me to that situation, and it was nothing big. But I kept on reading my old magazines and newspapers and the little stories, the little few storybooks which I had, and I couldn't stop marveling at what stories could do. I have always been interested with stories,